Hi everyone, my name is Jin, and today we're going to learn the 5 easiest longboard dancing steps for beginners. These steps are, in order from easiest to hardest, the 180 step, the Peter Pan, the 360 step, the cross step, and the Ghostride. Please feel free to skip around the video for whichever step interests you the most, or if you want to learn how to do all of the steps, stick around. The 180 step is the first step that I think you should learn when you're starting to learn longboard dancing. If we go through the steps together, we're going to start off in our normal stance. For me, that's regular. We're going to bring the front foot to our toe side edge, swing the back foot around to the front so that it's perpendicular with the board, and then we're going to bring the original front foot to the back so that it's perpendicular to the board. Again, if we do this in the switch stance, or goofy for folks who are riding in a goofy stance, we bring again the front foot to the toe side edge, we swing around the back foot to the front, making it perpendicular with the board, and then we bring our back foot back so it's perpendicular with the board like so, back into original stance. Thus, we have the 180 step and the switch 180 step. The beginning of the Peter Pan is quite a similar step to the 180 step. So we're going to start off in the same way. We start in a regular stance like so, moving forward this way. We bring the front foot to the toe side edge of the board, but instead of swinging the back foot around like this, we're actually going to cross it over the front foot like so. And we swing this foot back around, and we swing it back around again like so. And you can repeat this as many times as you want. When we're finished with the crossing over and the crossing over, we're going to bring the front foot back to its original position and then uncross the back foot to its original position like so. So to show you all over again, we bring the front foot to the toe side edge, we cross over, cross over, cross over, bring the front foot back to the front, reset the back foot to the previous position, and we end up in the same stance. Depending on the number of crosses that you do, if it's an odd number of crosses, we end up back at the original stance. If it's an even number of crosses, we end up at the switch stance. For example, if we decide to only cross twice, then here's 1, there's 2, and then we bring the original back leg to the front, like so, and then we end up in the switch stance. Whereas if we do an odd number of crosses, for example, we do 1, 2, 3, then the original front foot comes back to the front. The next step is quite interesting because it's the only step on this list where we'll actually be facing backward for a portion of the step. So this is a 360 step. And it's named as such because we're actually moving 360 degrees around the board. Let me show you what I mean. It starts off similar to the 180 step, in which we bring the front foot to the toe side edge of the board, and then we swing the back foot around like so. From here though, it gets a little bit different because instead of moving the old front foot backward, we're instead going to move it to the new toe side edge of the board, and we're going to swing our body around this way. From here, we reset the front foot to its original position. So we start off in a normal stance. We do the 360 step, stepping 360 degrees around the board and end up back in our original position. The fourth step is called the cross step. And I personally found this step really challenging to learn because it involves me having to keep my balance while my legs are crossed. So I'm going to try to break it down here for you, and if this isn't enough detail for you, I did make another video dedicated to this subject alone. For the cross step, we start off in our usual stance, and then we bring the front foot backward to the heel side edge. We cross the back foot over the front foot, and then we uncross by swinging the front foot back around the back foot to its original position, and then we reset the back foot to where it began. So all together, heel side, cross, uncross, back to original position. And finally we have the Ghostride, which is kind of strange because we're actually stepping off the board for this one. So for this one, we're going to bring the front foot a little bit backward in the center of the board, pointing forward. And then we turn our body so that the back leg is now swinging forward and off the board. We hop off the board, land on our back leg, and then from here, we jump back on the board. So if we do it again, we turn the front foot, jump off the board, and jump back on the board. It's very important with the jump here that we're jumping completely up and horizontally. If we jump forward like this, then we find ourselves in a position where we're moving forward but the board is lost behind us. Whereas with the Ghostride, we do want to be keeping pace with the board. Let me show you what I mean. And so, this was our 5 easiest longboard dancing steps for beginners. Please let me know which one was your favorites, if there are any that you would like to add it to the list, or if you have any questions about any of the steps that I described. I hope this was helpful.